Hey guys, this is Ravensleep45 and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Today we're going to be unlocking the new Deep Dungeon which was released in 6.35. And the name of said Deep Dungeon is Eureka Orthos. And as per prior Deep Dungeon, this has a requirement before you can unlock it. And one of those is you need to beat the main scenario for Endwalker, and second, you've at least cleared floor 50 of the first Deep Dungeon. Which is not really that hard because nowadays it's easier to get clears for that. Granted, it might be a little bit longer getting queues and whatnot, but it's still manageable being solo if you're well coordinated for yourself. Anywho, let us unlock the new Deep Dungeon, and I can't wait to get the new weapons that has been provided for past Deep Dungeons, like the glowy effect, but I'm really curious, what would the weapon look like now? If anything to go by, I'm just curious. I wonder what kind of weapon design will be this time around for the new Deep Dungeon, because prior to this, the other previous Deep Dungeon, previous expansions had the pledgy weapons, with the glowing weapons, and Eureka, I forgot how you pronounce it for the Heaven on High, which is like similar to the first one, but less glowy. But it still had a glowy effect regardless. But for this one, thanks to the concept art for the Allagan design prior to this launch of this Deep Dungeon, so I'm assuming that the weapon design will be Allagan-ish, which is not a bad thing. I'm really curious on how they will actually look on different weapons from all the other jobs. But of course, I will find out eventually once I acquire said weapons. But for now, let us unlock said Deep Dungeon. Delve into the myth. Fancy meeting you here, Atarius. Have you been well? No, I need to sound a little more depressed. Well, Koa, I've been pretty swell. I just saved the day and embarking on a new adventure. Not to mention I'm doing side content on the side here and there. Unlike you used to be part of the relic grind for Realm Reborn until you got repurposes for the new Deep Dungeon. Doubtless your venturing duties have left you with little time for our humble organization. Still, I trust you found a spare of a moment here and here to contribute to Noah's ongoing research. You're so very good at it, after all. Sure. Splendid, splendid. As you can see, my circumstances leave little room for complaint. My vessel remains intact, and this age has yet to loosen its luster. Although Cole's discovery of an orb containing my essence in Circus Tower was a happy twist of fate indeed. Now that I've been able to drink my fill of this world's mysteries and delights, but Cole seems more than happy to allow me all the time I need to indulge my curiosity. Now, before you pass judgment, I must remind you that this arrangement was carried out under the mutual agreement. I fully intend to relinquish control to her as soon as my work here is done, and just so it happens you may be able to help with that. Rambrose can scarcely stop talking about your adventures with the science of the Seven Dawn, you see. I heard stories of countless times. How is it in strange turns of fate that Grahatia was awoken from his slumber in the Crystal Tower far earlier than he should have been? Yeah, about that. That's like a long-ass story. How's it that Asia and Vandanu, who set our star on the course towards the final days, was in fact Amon all along? Events of the earth-shattering imports, event in which you inadvertently played a pivotal role. Your protege means there is no one better suited to receive my request. Or pedigree, I guess. Firstly, however, I would like to ask you to summon Gratia to the 8th Sentinel. I expect he will answer the call of a comrade in arms much more readily than your enormous researchers calling themselves a archmagus. Well, sure, I'll get Grahatia to come here real quick. Yes, this is he. Well, Grah, can you come here for a sec? I need your assistance for something. Arcturus? What a pleasant surprise! I can't even remember the last time you called me. Oh my. Grah, you okay? Oh, it was nothing at all. I was much more interested in you, my friend. Are you well? Are you in some sort of trouble? Are you? Not necessarily. It's nothing too serious, Graha, but Cole apparently needs your help regarding the Crystal Tower, so if you're not too busy in Charlene, maybe you can make your way here and help us. That's quite the yam! You say that Archmagus Novo is inhabiting the body of a young researcher? He asked you to ask me to make haste to the 8th Sentinel? Have I got it right? Well, yeah, that sums it up. Absolutely fascinating! I'll be right there at once, as soon as I conduct my current business. That is, I promise to be quick. Tell Noah, or is it Cole, that I'm eager to make her acquaintance. Until then, Arcturus. Okay, sure. See you when you get your Raha. Well, as you heard him, he'll be here real soon. Well, I certainly did not mean to rush the poor lad. I hope his haste does not come at the expense of caution. Even so, hearing the loyalty you inspire to others make me feel secure in my choice to place this task in your hands. Now then, it would be improper of us to be late for our appointment after all. Pulling Grahatia away from his work. Feel free to go ahead, and I shall be not far behind. Alright. Okay, where we need to go? Alright, I need to go all the way to the Divine Mid. At least I can fly there now. Well, at least we're here now. Not to mention a lot of people. Hello? God damn, I'm stuck again. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, let's try this one more time. If it will allow me to. Well, here's Graha. I came as quickly as I could. I haven't kept you waiting, have I? Not at all, Graha. It's not like I was waiting here for a very long time, but to be honest, I just got here. Good, good. When you told me that Noah herself was a party in all this, I knew there was an opportunity I would have been loath to miss. When placed against the rebirth of both Zande and Amon, the survival of Noah's essence seems almost quiet. Still, I can't help but be excited to meet her and hear what this request of hers entails. If I have you hazard to have a guess, it has something to do with the Crystal Tower, is it not? Your instincts are correct. Now, let me see those eyes. A deep crimson, the like of which I have not seen in many ages. Oh, this? Magics are required on the road ahead, and I had to prepare accordingly. While adept enough as a researcher, I'm afraid Code's attributes in the arterial arts is non-existent. It was necessary for me to acquire the proper attire and that it might make in some small way to make up for its deficiencies. While my abilities are but a shade of what they are used to be in my zenith, zero shall suffice. You can thank Renoa of House of Splendor for meeting even the most exotic of my demands. Sure. You truly captured the spirit of Allagan, right? Do you really just change your hair? Truth be told, I never did understand why Cole felt the need to hide her face with her hair and all. Why limit one vision, field of vision so? With this simple change, it will feel the world has opened itself to me. However, I don't wish I could have added a touch more flair. Amon would have clucked his tongue in disapproval at the sight of me. Alas, I have a pleased close appearance as well. She insisted that the first few outfits I selected were much too groggly, and eventually we landed on this compromise. Beauty truly is in the eyes of the beholder, I suppose. Yes, truly fascinating, most illustrious Noah. I could listen to this for days. Yet there is the question of why I was summoned here, and notorious for that matter. What have you gone to such lengths to seek us out? Yes, quite right. To understand where we're heading, I must tell you what we came before. In the twilight of the Third Astro Era, with the Allagan Empire at its height of its glory, a laboratory was constructed beneath the Crystal Tower. There, the Empire's most sensitive researches was conducted. The means of achieving eternal life and resurrection, cloning technology, the controls of the mechanism for the Econs, and the eventual completion of the Dalmud project, and many, many more. Those were but a few of the many projects pursued deep underneath the earth. Oh, and absolute security, so you know. With the full blessing and guidance of the royal family. It was dubbed Eureka Orthos by the Emperor himself, a name for the place which became a nexus of creation. Eureka? You can't mean what I think you mean! I believe you and Krill are familiar with the Forbidden Land. How can I not forget? I've been there so many times, it's been ingrained in my mind. When that island appeared suddenly in the waters of the Far East, it was dubbed Eureka, after the Allagan legend. The stories say that in the center of the vast labyrinth slumbers a weapon of incomprehensible power. Oh, so the passage of time has not erased our deeds entirely. That legend has hint of the truth in it. The development of a specialized weapon was a main subject of research within the Eureka Orthos. It has come as no surprise that rumors of what transpired there would eventually grow into the tale of what you speak. However, Eureka Orthos is no myth. It exists as truly as you and I, and it was every bit of a magnificent as a feat such as the Circus Tower. I have no reason to believe it survived the chaos of the fourth astral calamity, relatively unscathed. I know where it is, and I know how we can gain access. My peerless knowledge of teleportation magic shall take us to the gates, and the royal bloodline flowing through Rahatia's veins shall open them. I would very much like to once again set foot within those halls, where I refined and perfected the means of transferring my essence to and from various objects. Which brings me to my request. I would like to have you delve into the deepest regions of Eureka Orthos and drag its secrets kicking and screaming into the day. Within the flow of time, within the crystal tower restored, the laboratory should be fully activated. Its unfinished experiments and long documented security measures wandering aimlessly in search of intruders. Wait, if you're asking me to go in there, would you have like a means to deactivate said security measures so I won't get, attacked by them? The first order of the day shall be to put these obstacles to rest and advance the 13th floor of the facility. Well then, Arcturus, I'll accompany you. If this is the place as dangerous as it sounds, you need every extra weapon you can get. I'm afraid I cannot permit that. Your role in this ends once the gates to Eureka Orthos as open. I understand you're disappointed, but the same blood that makes you useful as the key makes you a hindrance in fulfilling this mission. It ties you too strongly to the Empire. Unlike the Crystal Tower, there is no need for Eureka Orthos to inspire hope. Allagan is gone, its inheritors long dead. I wish for the Empire's deed. No. How? Allagan is gone, its inheritors are long dead. I wish for the Empire's deeds, no matter how unsavory, to be full behold with eyes unclosed to by Allagan is long gone, its inheritors long dead. I wish for the Empire's deeds, no matter how unsavory, to be beholden with eyes unclouded by legacy that might have been judged for what they are, or what they were. So, Arcturus, I know I've been long in this asking, but would you accept this task? Naturally, I will offer you all the help I can muster, and you are free to take any spoils you may find. There is much that could be used to one such as you, right? Well, thinking about it, sure, why not? I know you'll be find the scent of adventure irresistible, but I thank you nonetheless. Drink your fill of the ancient secrets and buried within, and buried sin. Well then, I suppose it's time to make your ingress. Allow us to borrow the key of the Ural and Doga, entrusted to you so long ago. And now, open sesame! Ah, the connection seems to be stable. Very good. Promise me you will come back in one piece, Arcturus. Return in any other shape, and not even another calamity will convince me to open these gates. Must you fuss over her like a child? She whom the Allagan ruins are almost commonplace. Who best to even among in combat? Compared to such trials, this would be not but a footnote in a long list of heroics. Once Arcturus returned from her expedition, you are more than welcome to return here and listen to the report. Rest assured, you shall remain fully appraised of any world-threatening developments. That's a small reassurance, but I suppose it must suffice. Should you find yourself in any impulse, do remember that I'm only a call away, won't you? Sure thing, brah. If there was a cave-in or any monstrous monster that needs to be killing, I'll call for you. Now then, let us make ready. The secrets of Eureka Orthos lies within will be found. Depending on what kind of secret we find down there. Okay, now we need to unlock the portal. Well, the portal has been unlocked. Now we just need to get this NPC going. Here we are. Rambros has finished with me with all the manpower I requested. The capable researchers of the Sons of the Saint Croix stand ready to organize your expedition. Your embraces any rarities you may find. As for my part, I managed to offset the magical limitation of this vessel with my boundless knowledge, procuring 2 tools that should be of great use to you. First, special armor. You see, in the days before the Fourth Amble calamity, the researchers of Eureka Orthos fortified it with the wards that innovates the facilities of any intruder. Even the most masterful weapons are rendered useless if they cannot be swung. To overcome this, I am imbuing a set of armor with opposing wards which should nullify the effects, thus allowing you to fight with gusto. Secondly, is a hardy little device called the Demi-Clone Generator. As the name implies, it is capable of creating mere clones in a matter of moments. Wait a minute, clones? We're gonna be Naruto in this shit now? Such clones, while being imperfect, were often used in experiments. If you come across tombstones containing data of such experiments, the generator can make use of them. Furthermore, while the ether of the clones dissipates as quickly as vapor in the hot breaker, an extra hand or two may prove useful in pulling you from a perilous situation. Take these tools in good health, and may you serve you well. And once you have steeled your nerves and sharpened your weapons, speak with Kutang to begin. Okay. Well met, Artoris. I am Kutang, and Mistress Noahs have tasked me with overseeing the matters of the support of your expedition in Eureka Orthos. That lass over there is Valonim, and she'll appraise the worth of any trinkets of treasures you may find. Mrs. Noah has also provided us with a synthesis node, and we are standing by to offer whatever aid we can. I take it that the archmagus has given you the 2 pieces of equipment she was so proud of making. Excuse me, but for your own safety, I must ask you to show them to me before I allow you to set foot into the unknown. Here you go. Everything appears to be in working order. Now then, are you ready to go? Your first goal is to reach the 13th floor of the facility. Go for it, Artoris! And show the realm of the Allagan most deadly creations that are no match for your heroes. Nice! And done! Eureka Orthos now accessible. You now have access to Eureka Orthos. You may enter the deep dungeon by speaking with Kutang again. You may be a disciple of War Magic level 81 and or above to participate. At your level, you will be adjusted to 81 upon entering Eureka Orthos for the first time. Further details can be to speak with Kutang. To return to the location, you must speak to Brunel at Reverend's Toll. Okay. Cool. So I actually have Deep Dungeon unlocked. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing this with Lush, depending when we get the time to do so, knowing his schedule. So, whenever we start doing the deep dungeons, I'll jump cut or do the next video when we get the first floor.